Let me ask you something. Why do you care so much about being respected? When you haven't even earned your own respect yet, think about that. Every day, people complain they don't appreciate me. They don't respect me. They don't take me seriously. But here's the brutal truth. The world doesn't hand out respect because you're a good person. It doesn't reward potential. It doesn't reward intentions. It rewards standards. It rewards consistency. It rewards discipline. Respect is never requested, it's recognized. Look around. The people who demand respect the loudest usually deserve it the least. They walk into every room trying to prove themselves, trying to convince everyone they're important, trying to be noticed, but real respect doesn't make noise. It walks in quietly, and everyone feels it. Why? Because respect isn't created by your words. It's created by your actions. Anybody can say they're disciplined. Few people wake up at 5 in the morning when nobody's watching. Anybody can say they're loyal. Few people stay loyal when there's nothing to gain. Anybody can say they'll never quit. Very few people keep moving after life knocks them to the ground. That's where respect begins. Not in what you promise, in what you consistently do. Here's what most people get wrong. They chase attention thinking attention will become respect. It won't. Attention is temporary. Respect is permanent. Attention comes from being loud. Respect comes from being dependable. Think about the people you truly admire. The strongest leader, the hardest worker you've ever met. The person whose presence immediately changes the room. What do they all have in common? They don't spend their lives explaining who they are. Their habits already did. Their reputation speaks before they open their mouth. Now ask yourself, what is your reputation saying? Does it say, this person always finishes what they start? Or does it say, they get excited for a week and disappear? Because people don't judge you by your best day. They judge you by your patterns. Patterns become habits. Habits become identity. Identity becomes reputation, and reputation becomes respect. That's why respect takes years to build and one moment to destroy. Here's another truth nobody wants to hear. You don't lose respect because you fail. You lose respect when you stop taking responsibility. Failure doesn't make people look down on you. Excuses do. Everyone falls. Everyone struggles. Everyone loses. But not everyone gets back up. The person who stands up one more time than they fall, that's the person people remember. Listen carefully. The strongest people in the room aren't trying to dominate everyone. They're dominating themselves. They control their emotions. They control their words. They control their habits because self-control creates self-respect. And self-respect creates respect from others. If you don't respect your own time, why should anyone else? If you don't keep promises to yourself, why should anyone trust your promises to them? Everything starts with you, not them. You stop blaming people for not respecting you. When you keep breaking your own standards, every time you hit the snooze button after promising yourself you'd wake up early, you lose a little trust in yourself. Every workout you skip, every excuse you make, every commitment you abandon, you teach your own mind, my words don't mean anything. Then you wonder why you feel insecure. Confidence isn't missing. Trust is. You stop trusting yourself. And when you stop trusting yourself, you start desperately seeking validation from everyone else. That's a dangerous place to live because people can feel desperation. And desperation never commands respect. Standards do. Here's the reality. Respect isn't built when life is easy. It's built when life gives you every reason to quit. And you keep showing up anyway. When you're tired, but you still do the work. When you're disappointed, but you still act with integrity. When nobody believes in you, but you refuse to stop believing in yourself. Those moments build something money can't buy, character. And character is the foundation of respect. So stop asking, why don't people respect me? Start asking, what have I done today that deserves respect? Because the answer to that question will determine the person you become. Now let me tell you something that changed my life. The moment you stop chasing respect is the moment you finally start earning it. Because respect doesn't come from demanding attention. It comes from becoming undeniable. Think about the people whose presence changes the room. They don't walk in announcing how important they are. They don't need to remind everyone of their achievements. They don't argue to prove they're right. They don't seek approval. Why? Because confidence doesn't need validation. Insecurity does. The loudest person in the room is rarely the strongest. The strongest person is usually the calmest, because when you've built yourself through discipline, you no longer need to convince anyone. Your life speaks for you. Listen carefully. Respect isn't about making people fear you. It's about making people trust you. Can they trust your word? Can they trust your discipline? Can they trust your consistency? Can they trust that when things become difficult, you won't disappear? That's what earns respect, not your title, not your money, not your followers. Character is what remains when everything else is taken away. Imagine losing your job tomorrow. Imagine losing your money. Imagine losing your status. Who would you still be? Would you still have discipline? Would you still have integrity? Would you still keep your promises? If the answer is yes, then you've built something the world can't take from you. That's real power. Here's the mistake most people make. They spend years trying to impress strangers, while disappointing themselves every single day. They break promises to themselves. They quit on their goals. They avoid responsibility, then they wonder why they don't feel respected. Because self-respect comes first. Read that again. Self-respect comes first. The world usually reflects how you treat yourself. If you settle for average, people expect average. If you tolerate disrespect, people continue disrespecting you. If you never stand by your principles, no one will believe you have any. Everything starts with your standards. Standards are invisible, but their results are impossible to hide. When your standards become higher than your excuses, your life changes. When your standards become higher than your comfort, your future changes. When your standards become stronger than your emotions, your identity changes. And when your identity changes, respect naturally follows. Not because you asked for it, because you've become someone who deserves it. Here's another truth. People will test you. Life will test you. Success will test you. Failure will test you. Some people will doubt you. Some will laugh at your dreams. Some will underestimate your potential. Good? Let them, because you don't need to win every argument. You need to win your life. Stop wasting energy proving people wrong. Spend that energy proving yourself right. Every hour you argue is an hour you could have been improving. Every minute you complain is a minute your competition is getting stronger. Silence, work, repeat. That's how respect is built. Not through speeches, through sacrifice. Remember this, respect grows slowly, just like a tree. Every disciplined morning, another root. Every promise you keep, another branch. Every challenge you overcome, another ring of strength. People don't notice it at first. Then one day, they stand in your shadow. Wondering how you became so strong, the answer is simple. You kept growing, even when nobody noticed. Now let me ask you one final question. Who are you becoming? Not next year, not someday, today. Are you becoming someone who keeps their word? Someone who shows up when it's hard? Someone who refuses excuses? Someone who leads by example? Or are you becoming someone who waits, who blames, who complains, who hopes life changes without changing themselves? Because every single decision you make is writing your reputation. Long before people know your name, they'll know your habits. Long before they respect your success, they'll respect your discipline. Never forget this. Money can buy attention. Power can demand obedience. Fame can attract followers. But none of those can buy respect. Respect is earned, rep by rep, decision by decision, promise by promise, day after day, year after year. So stop asking the world to recognize your value. Build so much value. That recognition becomes inevitable. Walk with humility, speak with purpose, work with discipline, lead with character, and let your actions become so consistent that your reputation enters the room before you do. One day, people will ask how you earned so much respect. They'll expect some complicated answer. Smile, because the truth is simple. You stopped chasing respect and started becoming someone worthy of it. So from this day forward, don't ask for respect. Don't demand respect. Don't expect respect. Earn it. Every morning you keep your word. Every workout you refuse to skip. Every promise you honor. Every obstacle you overcome. Every excuse you destroy. Because in the end, the greatest form of respect isn't the respect the world gives you. It's the respect you feel when you look in the mirror and know you became the person you promised yourself you would become.